Yeah, because I know that's what helps.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
what are we doing now? Operator?
yes, we're doing operators. So there are a number of operators in Java. There is what are known as arithmetic.
Okay.
There are arithmetic operators. They are what are known as the assignment operators. The
These are
assignment
the type of
operators.
operators, right?
Yes, these are the type of operators, correct? And we have comparison operators. There are 4 types. Then we have comparison.
Comparison. One eye.
Operators. And the last one are logical. They're called logical operators. Right, so today we are going to start with the arithmetic operators. What is arithmetic? What is arithmetic? What do you think what arithmetic is?
Arithmetic is just I think from my head, I think it's just calculations or something like that.
Yep.
Mathematics.
Very good. You said it better. You said it very, very better. It's just calculation, right? We're talking about addition, subtractions, multiplication, right?
Okay.
So we have that in Java, right? So how? For example, you if I want to add 2 numbers, right? I'll say int x is equals to 10. I can come here and say int y. Usually integers are the most used data type because it kind of, you know, it covers a lot of things. You hear what I mean?
Okay.
So integers are what are used most of the time.
So they don't really use assignment and comparison and logical.
No. I'm saying integers, meaning like the integer data type. It's used a lot. That's why you wouldn't see me writing short, byte, long, double. Yeah, those ones are used in specific cases, but usually 4 bytes is enough memory. So a lot of people just prefer using integers.
Okay.
Okay, so y is equals to 20 to another 10, right? So now y is equals to another 10. So now I want to create a variable called sum, right? That sums some variable, I call it some variable. And the sum, it adds 2 variables, right? How do you think I'll write it? From just from knowing mathematics.
So I probably would say integer x plus y. I mean,
Exactly. X, just say x plus y. Now, I want you to notice something. If you have done this, if you say integer x here, right? The next time you use x, you don't have to say integer. The computer already knows what x is.
okay.
And it knows what the type of y is. So you don't need to come here and say integer x plus integer y. If you do that, you get an error. Why? Because it already knows.
Okay. So it's automatic.
You see what it does? It's like, yo, what's happening? Right?
Oh, okay.
It already knows. Why? Because even if I do this, it says a variable y is already defined in the scope. You see that?
Oh,
It
oh,
tells.
okay.
So whenever you have a problem, just go on top. It will tell you exactly what the problem is. That's how good
Interesting.
computers are. They tell you. So now
Mm,
you remove this. So if you come here and you say X and Y, it will know you are meaning this and that, right? So we just say
mm-hmm.
X plus Y, right?
Yeah.
So now we're going to come here and we're going to print out. What do you think if I want to print out X and Y now, I'll just print out some variable, right?
Yes.
And then let me run this. Let's see. What
It's
do you think the
running.
answer is going to be?
20.
Good. Good, good, good. That's what the answer that we expect to see. Why? So that's called an arithmetic operation. That means you are just adding. Just like how you would add in mathematics. You see the answer?
Yes.
20, right? Now I can come here and say int subtract variables. Right? I want to subtract X and Y.
So when you put those names after the int, do you have to put some variable, or can you say plus variable for addition and say minus variable? Will it still give the same answer? Or
Ask your question again.
okay, you see how you say some variable, right? Where you did the addition. Can you
Yes.
say plus variable and it's still gonna give me the addition, or it's not gonna answer me?
Oh, here. No, this is just the name of the variable.
It's just a name. Okay, good, good. That's what
Yes,
I'm
yes.
trying to figure out. Okay,
I can come
okay,
here and I say Jollof. Actually,
okay.
to piss you off, I'll say Ghana Jollof.
No, dog, come on.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll say
Well, we
Ghana
still have
Jollof.
that we still have that argument over Nigeria and Ghana.
Hey, is it hey? And then I'll come here in some variables and then I'll just run. So when it's not gonna run because this one I was trying to do it.
Yeah, you have to get that
Well,
one off,
control.
or you can
Why?
comment it.
Why? Yeah. Hey, that's what I was trying to do. Good job. Good job. You see, you're teaching me now.
Yes.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So you see, it's loading. It's gonna print out. Uh, what happened?
Say incompatible,
It's saying
incompatible.
in line 18.
Line what?
Yeah. A incompatible type void cannot be converted to int. Uh, what's happening here?
It's the same name now, so I don't know why it's incompatible. Whatever your system or print is the same as your number 13.
Let me put it H2 and H2
Maybe
just
computer doesn't like that jollof that you put.
yeah, and that shouldn't be an error at all. So we have x int xy, and then this is an integer that takes x plus y. So H2 should give me 20. I know why it's giving me the error. I'm not supposed to get an error at all. Incompatible type. Why? Maybe my computer is tired. Uh, wait, is it building or is it running?
Says,
Okay, there you go.
yeah. So you may need
Right.
to um shut off your computer later.
Yeah, it has been up for a while. That's why I figured.
Yep.
So you see now, right? It's
Mhm.
20,
Yeah.
right? Now I wanna, and also just it's actually tracking. Okay, now int, let's just say subtract variables, right? Okay, so if I want to subtract between x and y, what do I say?
That's
Eh?
minus x
Uh-huh.
minus y.
Yes. Don't forget the semicolon at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Okay. Now, when you do that,
I will expect a 0, a 1 maybe.
why would it be a 1?
I don't know. Maybe computer don't do zeros. I'm not used to.
Nope. The same mathematics that you do. These are
Okay.
arithmetic operators, right? So,
So you should give 0.
yeah. My computer has been working a lot. It's really taking its time. Yeah, I have to rerun my computer later today. Yeah, so that's how you do the addition, the subtraction. So we're left with the multiplication, division, modulus, increment, and decrement. Then we'll be fine. Yeah, you
Okay.
see, the answer is 0, right? The
Got it.
same, you can come here and put division like that. Let me just make this 12, right? You see that? I made it 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna close this one line out. So this one I'll call it divide two numbers. Right, so this is gonna divide the two numbers. So the division sign is a little bit different here, in the sense that when the division actually just divides between the two numbers. But there's something I want you to notice. Right? What is 10 divided by 12? What do you get?
10 divided by 12 should give 0 point some.
Yes, so it's 0.88, 0.8 and a lot of threes, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like 0.8 and a lot of threes. Right? That is what exactly you get. But the answer you're going to get here is going to be 0. Why? Because the division operator
Mm.
does not account for the remainder.
Oh. So when it turns to decimal, is it when it's 0 point something, or even if it's 7 point higher number point?
Yep,
You
okay,
won't.
let's say 100 divided by 12. We're now doing 100 divided by 12. So if you take 100, if you take 100 and you divide it by 12, you get 8.33333. But in this case,
Mm-hmm.
you only get, your answer is 8. Why?
Um,
Because the division sign does not account for the remainder. It only takes the, you see what I mean?
I see what you mean. So you will ignore whatever number that comes after the decimal.
Yep, it will ignore whatever number that comes after the decimal. Yep, that's correct. Now, the one that actually does not ignore the number that comes after the decimal is the modulus sign. So the modulus sign, it's called the modulus sign because it's the percentage sign. what the modular sign does is that it it accounts. Okay, so that you can use this later. Now I also have to think of you, you know.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Does
Uh,
not.
I don't know if this will be on the notes or I'll just follow this video to make my
Yeah, this
notes.
will be, yeah,
Another thing
on
I
the video.
did,
Does not account for the remainder. This one accounts. This one here, actually it accounts for the remainder. It only looks at the remainder. Now divide two numbers. 10, 100 divided by 12, right? 100 divided by 12 is
Mhm,
8.3, but the answer is going to be 3 here. Why? Because if you use the percentage sign, or it's called the
mhm.
modular sign, what it does is it only gives you, sorry, here, one, okay, that's fine. That's the one I'm looking at. Okay, that's good. The answer is going to be 3. Actually, it's 3.24. So the answer is 4. So how is the answer 4? Because 10 divided by 12 is like 8.4, but the modulus only takes the remainder.
So the modular just pick the remainder and ignore the first number before the digit.
Exactly. That's what the modulus does. Hmm.
Okay, got it. So it's vice versa. So
It's vice versa.
division sign, division sign will pick the first number, ignore the numbers after the decimal.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, and the modulus just gives you the remainder. So, for example,
Remain.
do you know what an even number is?
Yes, even numbers are your 2, 4, 6, 8.
Exactly right. So, if I'm to ask you to find if a given number is even, so what you do is you take the number that I give you, you divide it by 2. If the remainder is 0, then that means the number is even. You get that?
Mhm.
That's
I
where
got
the
it.
modulus comes into place, right? You are dividing between two numbers to make sure to look at the remainder.
Okay,
Mm. Okay, then
makes
the
sense.
last two ones are increments and decrement. So, for example, whenever we have, for example, if I say plus x right now, right? Do you see line 22?
Mhm.
X plus, actually it's plus x means increment. You know what to increment? It's to
Increment
increase.
increase.
Yes,
Hmm.
by 1. That's what it means. So I'll give you
Okay.
an example. In this case, x is what? Is 100, right? And here I'm saying print out plus x, right?
Mhm.
Let's run that and you see what you get.
Are you there?
Yep, it's about to, it's loading. Look at the answer. You see the answer?
Ah, that
It's,
makes so much sense. So since x is 100, then you put plus x. Okay,
mm-hmm.
change that change that um plus x. Change that one to increment by 4. Let me see what happens. The one you say increment by 1. Can you put increment by 4? Is that possible to do that? Or no?
It is, but that's a story for another time.
Okay.
Right now, what's important is to know increments of one, right?
Okay.
In,
Good.
increments of one.
Okay.
Because that one is there, but we're gonna look at under when we're looking at other operators, right? So what do you
Okay.
think minus minus x would do?
Don't tell me. I think I know. 99.
Exactly. Good. So why are these operators important? They are important because we are going to be using these operators to solve problems. It makes your life easy, right? Sometimes I'll ask you to take something and multiply it and divide it, all that, right? So that's why it's very important to understand the concept of the operator. You say the answer is 99, right?
Yes, it's awesome.
And then
Awesome.
there's one I forgot, multiply. How do I multiply x and y? How do you think I multiply x and y?
Uh, X times Y, of course, right?
Yeah, good. So it's x times, but the times is this sign, y,
Oh, okay.
that asterisk sign.
Hysterics 1. Okay.
Yes, that's the time. And then I'll come here. Let me just save that for you. Let's run this. So here we're looking at 100 times 12. So all of these are the ones that we call arithmetic operators. That means we use them together in order to create our uh, coding projects, right?
Okay.
So think about it
Mm-hmm.
when you are trying to see if somebody who was born in 1990s how old today, right? So you get the year today and you subtract it from the year that person was born and you get how old they are, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you already know. Or if you want to multiply, create an application that calculates your taxes. So it has to multiply the state tax, the commission tax, plus the money you earn, etc. It will have to do all those operators, right? So all of the things that I showed you today, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, increment, and decrement are called arithmetic operators because these are the same things that you use when you are doing additions and subtractions, right?
Yes.
So next week, we're going to start on uh, the we're going to start on the assignment
Comparison.
operator. So I'm going to stop sharing right now, and I am going to uh, yeah.